Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Martin.
And we've decided to do some quick leadership Q&A videos. We get asked a multitude of questions all the time, so we thought we'd try and answer some of them via this video. So let's start with our most common question.
And over the last 3 years, the question that we get asked the most is, yeah, this leadership stuff is really good, but I'm so busy trying to get the job done, how do I even find the time to think about what my people might need?
Well, we totally understand this is a challenge for most of us. Life these days is so busy, we rarely give ourselves the time to think. And then when you consider what an organisation expects of leaders, it's hardly surprising they don't even have time to think about what it is their people need. So, in this video, we'd like to share with you 4 really simple tips for how to create that all-important thinking time.
Before we share those tips with you, just want to take you back a bit. And I want to share with you my experience of understanding why thinking time is so important. I was leading a team a few years ago and I had exactly this challenge. And I got a great idea from a guy that I used to work with that was absolutely brilliant at his job. And he always seemed to have more time than me and he was more productive. And he just seemed on the whole a lot calmer and seemed to enjoy life a bit better. So I asked him what his secret was. And he told me. He said at the start of every day, for 20 minutes, when he came into work, he sat down and he didn't put his laptop on, he didn't check his phone for emails, he didn't do anything else, he just thought about what he needed to achieve that day. He thought about what his priorities were, who his people were, and who he might need to check in with and who he might not have spoken to. I thought I could give that a go, so I tried it. And to be honest, it was a little bit uncomfortable to begin with and a little bit weird, but I was shocked at how much more productive I was and how much I got done. It really helped me to think about and see what issues might be coming up my way on that day and kind of head them off at the pass before they blew up in my face.
So if you like the idea of the 20-minute planning time, because we've found it really helpful, you might just be feeling a little bit uncomfortable thinking, well, what do I do? Do I just sit there and think? Surely people think I'm a bit strange. And actually, to be honest, that is what happened to us. People used to come up to us and say, boss, are you all right? What are you doing? You're not doing anything. And that made us feel even more uncomfortable because we didn't look like we were doing anything. Now, of course, we were doing something. We were thinking, which is really important. So, if that doesn't work for you, just sitting there and thinking, we've got some 4 tips that we want to share. So, tip number 1, put a meeting in the diary. People don't often disturb you if you've got a meeting in the diary. So, put the thinking time down as a meeting. You can even get really creative and think of a person. So, you can have a Mr. P. Lan or a Mrs. T. Hink. Whatever you want, just make that meeting in the diary and then people won't disturb you. Tip number 2, even simpler than that, go for a walk. Just go to the nearest coffee shop, walk around the block, whatever it is you need to do just to give yourself that all-important headspace.
Tip number 3, we're all different. So if the first 20 minutes of the day doesn't work for you, try asking yourself some questions at the end of the day instead. Think about, what have you actually got achieved today? What's gone well and why? What's not gone so well and why? Both from a task and a people perspective. And what do I need to do tomorrow to make it an even better day? This tip can be especially powerful if you start to write down your thoughts, almost keeping a diary if you like, for then you to be able to reflect back on them and see the progress that you've made.
Finally, tip number 4, try putting planning time on your to-do list. It's actually really powerful if you make it an actionable task that you have to do. And if you're anything like me, I love to work to a to-do list. Then actually putting it on there makes you do it. It gives you the discipline to do it. And quite quickly that discipline then becomes habit. And it's just something you just automatically do.
Interestingly, you've probably heard the phrase, don't just sit there, do something. Try doing the opposite. Don't just do something, sit there. In our experience, doing this in the long term will make you much more effective as a leader. Not to mention save you loads of time as you won't always be firefighting.
So we hope you found that useful. That was our 4 key tips to get yourself some more thinking time. If there's any other topic that you'd like to include on any of the future Q&As, then please just drop us a line, give us a call, whatever it might be, and we'll do our best to include them. But for now, thanks for watching. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.